Yo, it's your man Old Soul M4G Entertainment. Just want to say peace and love to DJ Rodney. Gonna miss you. Thank you for everything that you've ever done for us. And we're gonna see you on the flip side. One love.
Hey, yo, check this out. This your boy Picasso Verbadelic, and I want to send my condolences out to the family of the legendary DJ Rodney of Mental Chaos, a force that we lost too soon. Eurodite, icon, and I'm going to miss him so much. Rest in peace, Mental Chaos forever.
First time I ever saw Rodney was downtown Dallas at a show. He was letting somebody have it. Hey, y'all, we know Rodney, hey, no bars held with my man. So, hey, gonna miss that brother. Godspeed, Rodney. Peace.
Peace and blessings, DJ Easy here, and I just wanted to take a moment to give my condolences and love to my man, DJ Rodney, and his family. You will be terribly missed, Rodney, and love you, my man, and you were a good dude. You always had us laughing, man, always, and really appreciate that. And man, yeah, man, you're just gonna be really missed, all right? Peace and blessings. One, just sending my condolences to the Williams family. I've known Rodney since I was approximately 17 to 18 years old, and I'm 45 today. He was a mentor, a big brother. Sometimes I would kid and call him Uncle Rodney, but I loved him dearly, and he will truly be missed in my life, for sure. No matter how unappreciated or forgotten someone could feel, Rodney always made sure that you were seen and that he knew of your presence and impact. I loved him, still do, and I know he's all powerful now and in a much better existence. Peace.
God bless. This is DJ Viz with 18 Finals Fridays. I want to send my special condolences to DJ Rodney of Mental Chaos. God rest his soul. Rest in heaven, young blood. You fought the good fight your whole life, but you didn't let it define you. You used it to create, to do music, to be a DJ. You were a leader. People learned from you. I even learned a lot from you, even as your manager. You were cantankerous at times. You got into it with folks, and we even bumped heads a couple of times. But all in all, brother, you know, you were that guy on the scene that people look to for showmanship, for camaraderie, and for your humor. You'll always be remembered for your humor, always wanting to laugh. But again, I want to send a special shout out to Rodney's mom, Miss Williams, the entire Williams family, and my condolences to all of you. I know you miss and love Rodney as much as the music community does, and we will all miss him. And just want to say, definitely, Rodney, we miss you. And everyone out there, take care of yourselves. God bless.
What you remember most about Rodney, man?
Man, you know, Rodney was my homie, man. Like he was down with me since 1990, I want to say. I remember him coming over to my apartment on Melody Lane, and I couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just a homie, you know what I'm saying? And dope MC, you know what I'm saying? Loved hip hop, was about it. Like, that was his life. You know what I'm saying? And maybe rapping him, my closet or whatever. And then he joined forces with K Flex and Enhance, and shit took it to another level with Mental Chaos and the Bricklayers Foundation. But my one time, Rodney came out here to Alpha to record. It was working on some I think addition by subtraction the project. And when Rodney's blood sugar got low, you know what I'm saying, he got a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? And so he was sweating real bad, and he cussed me out, you know what I'm saying? But that's my homie. I got love for Rodney, so I didn't take it to heart. But he was just like, he needed like a candy bar or something. And so I went across the street to 7-Eleven and get him got him some juice. And shit, it was just like nothing even happened. You know what I'm saying? He came back in and started rhyming. You know what I'm saying? So, that's one dope thing I liked about Rodney. He knew we understood his disability and kind of the things that it brought about. And hey man, it's just part of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it to heart. That's he got love for us and we had love for him. So, if he was crazy, you know what I'm saying, for 1 second or one moment, it wasn't personal. You know what I'm saying? It's part of that, having that disability or whatnot. But man, I love that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And he knew I loved him, and he loved us, man. He loved me, you know what I'm saying? He loved the studio. Yeah, man. So, I know I'm gonna see that brother again. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. Yes.
Peace, love, and light. I go by the name of Head Crack. First and foremost, I want to give my love and condolences to you, Miss Williams. Yo, you raised a phenomenal dude, man. DJ Rodney, I remember the first time I met him. It was like 1992, 1993. We was going to South by Southwest with my man Quasar from, at the time, Heads and Dreads. And, just such a spirited dude about everything. Like, Rodney was always hype, always ready to rap at the drop of a hat, and had some of the most clever, most wittiest punchlines ever. Like the stuff that would come out of Rodney's mouth for a guy his size used to just be mind-blowing, because it was just like, it didn't matter who was around, he would just say whatever and say it with say it like he was 8 feet tall. And that's one thing about being around Rodney, it made you feel like he was 8 foot tall too. Like, if he could be this confident, so can I too. You saw it in his stage presence, you heard it on his records, how much of a scientist it was when it came to like not only like the live show, because like Metal Chaos had one of the best live shows, but even just the time and energy he put into his craft. And even from the sports side of things, me and Rodney agreed on most things except boxing. Like, oh my God, like there's been times like I was like, I ain't inviting him over no more, because I hate his opinions on boxing. I'm like a big Mike Tyson fan, and he would tell me that Mike Tyson couldn't beat certain people, and he was right. He couldn't beat Holyfield. He couldn't beat Lennox Lewis. And I just knew in my heart of hearts he couldn't. But, that's who Rodney was. He studied. He was very observant. And he paid attention to the small details, man. And, just his passing just shows you how short life is sometimes. And you really got to let people know how much you appreciate them while they're around. Sometimes we get caught up in our personal lives and just the hustle and bustle of the day-to-day, and we don't take the time to let people around us know how much we appreciated them. And I definitely appreciated Rodney on so many levels, man, more than he'll possibly ever know. But because this time that we spend here on planet Earth is just a grain of sand in the larger beach that is the sands of time, I know we're going to cross paths again, and, you're going to feel his energy again, Miss Williams. And just thank you for all the things that you instilled in him that allowed him to go out there and be as great as he was, man, and as great as he is, I should say, man. Like his last album said, we don't die, we multiply. And, we're not going to let his words, fade to black, man. We're going to bang the drum even louder and pump up the volume and make sure people know that Rodney Williams came through. He made his mark, and he'll never be forgotten, man. So peace and love to everybody. And rest in peace, my man Rodney, man. Love you, bro. Peace.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Left Field, man. Just doing this quick video for my man Rodney, aka DJ Rodney from the group Mental Chaos. I mean, it's with a heavy heart that I even, have to send this video out or even put it together. I mean, Rodney was a cool dude, man. I remember when I first met that cat, like I couldn't stand him, you know. It's crazy. I couldn't stand him because he was so cocky to be so small. I had just gotten here from New York, from Harlem, and you know, I was on my hip hop game strong, and I want to say, but when I met the dude Rodney, after I got to know him, and I met Enhance and Flex and his immediate hip hop family right there, it was nothing but love. Like the dude he's a stand up guy, man. I remember vividly of him actually going through a battle where, he battled like six dudes. You know what I'm saying? And say what you want to say about anybody's lyrical skill, but Rodney smashed all six dudes, 7 dudes on the stage at that one time. I want to say it was a KNON benefit concert or whatever, but I can't even remember. It was so long ago. But I do remember him going in like that. We worked in the studio countless times together. We had countless conversations, man. Dude got videos where he interviewed me, um, when the YouTube thing was really starting to pop. And, I was giving my opinion on different artists as it may be. And I know hopefully none of that stuff comes back to bite me one day. But, you know, I just want to say that, I've never seen another dude more passionate about music, more given. Um, I remember my mom was ill in South Carolina, and Rodney hooked me up with some plane tickets through his mom. Thank you again. He hooked me up with some plane tickets to get me and my 3 children out there to see my mother in South Carolina, and I'll never forget. I'll never forget that. Um, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him something awful. Again, his music will live forever. I'll always keep Mental Chaos in my collection and pass that musical treasure down to my children, and hopefully my grandchildren will grow to appreciate it, because it was the true essence of hip hop. It was, nothing flamboyant. It was just what he was feeling and, what hip hop meant to him. Um, Again, Rodney, it really hurts, brother. I'm sorry that I couldn't make it to you know, the homegoing ceremonies. Um, had to work, but I want to say, man, I'm gonna miss you. I love you. I love you dearly, bro. I prayed for you, and I'm pray for your family, and wishing everyone the best there. Again, I'm almost speechless. It just really hurts so bad that a guy who had so much life in him, can depart as early as he did. But his memory lives on, his music lives on. So, that's the beauty about music. Even when the person is gone, there's something that gives us that connection to him, in terms of him just recording something. You get the opportunity to hear his voice, you get the opportunity to hear him practicing something, being a practitioner in something that, meant a great deal of importance to him. So, again, I salute you, my brother. You always live here with me, my family who knew you. We all are praying for your family and wishing you all the best. Rodney, you were the greatest. You're still the greatest. You're still DJ Rodney. Mental Chaos lives on. All right, y'all have a good one.
Greetings. I just want to begin by offering my deepest condolences to the mother of Rodney Williams, as we honor the legacy and memory of your wonderful son. Also, offering heartfelt sympathy to the Williams family, and you are all in my thoughts and prayers. My name is Shamir, and I want to take a few moments to explain why Rodney and I became friends, and also to explain why I'm speaking on his behalf. I most fondly associate Rodney with the group Mental Chaos. I am by no means here to tell his story, but on his behalf, I can and will speak, because at the end of the day, he was a good friend who always looked out for his people. Can't really tell you when we met,
but it was early in the 90s. We are both the exact same age with only 11 days that separate our respective births. He's a Scorpio, I'm a Sag. From early on, our paths crossed frequently. On one occasion, I got a little too cool and I made the mistake of affectionately trying to give him a hand dap and calling him Rodney O. You know, that was not cool. He let me know it too. I ain't no Rodney O and Joe Cooley up in here, dog. Like, whoa, okay. You know, growing up, I was the one that would stand up to the bully, you know. I didn't care. But Rodney had that same type of attitude. It's like, you know, I don't care. I'm going to definitely let you know. And I loved it that he called me out on that. You know, we was always cool after that. Never had any issues. Outside of music, we both had an interest in business and furthering our careers professionally. In the early 90s up through the year 2000, we both worked in the white-collar corporate environment at a time when paging and two-way communication was bigger than cellular. Back then, he worked for Arch Wireless, I worked for PageMart. Both companies are out of business, but for references, these companies, in terms of nationwide global paging communication, were like the Coke and Pepsi of the paging industry. And we worked for those companies at a young age. You know, I know a lot of name dropping, but just wanted to point out how at the time, young brothers like he and I had early access to some cutting edge technology. You know, one-way paging was cool, but when two-way paging came out, you could page back. You didn't have to stop and pull over and go to a payphone. That was big, you know, back then. But monthly service, that wasn't cheap. Pagers themselves were also costly. And cats like Rodney and I, you know, we worked for them companies so we could get discounts and hook up our friends and family. And, you know, that was something I respected about Rodney. I saw it as something that he would do without even thinking, just looking out for his people. So Rodney was full-fledged in everything he did. Commanding presence, a force to be reckoned with. Creatively, I had to tell you that Rodney held me down, especially during the time when I was low. You know, we're no strangers to tragedy and heartfelt loss. You know, there's no best practice to help us prepare when the time comes, but we just find a way to do the best we can. Like I said, most of y'all know me as Shamir, but for those that don't know, Bruh, aka Brunlaw of the Kinfolk Crew, you know, just a founding co-member of the group, and then my brother in the soul, Bilal Kareem, aka Cuddy Love Jones, he passed away at the age of 37, you know, very young. And, you know, when that happened, you know, I was just kind of at a point, like I said, I was feeling low, but guess who, you know, showed up and was like, let's do a tribute to the memory of Bilal. Yeah, that was Rodney. And I wasn't ready at the time, but he did hit me up. And I got to thinking about the first time that Mental Chaos and Kinfolk Crew did a collaboration. That was years earlier. Like I said, Rodney and I had kind of go back. So in the late 90s, we actually hooked up and did a song together called Fool's Rest. Rodney put me down with a quality verse for Kinfolk Crew. It was like all in-house production. Back then, Bilal and Shakir Salam, he had the MPC, and, you know, we just hooked up the beat and just had fun getting down. Cuddy would be getting on the drum pads. He called it getting violent on the drums. You know, it was cool. But yeah, Cuddy hooked up the track. Shakir programmed it, sequenced it, tweaked it out. We took the MPC over to Rodney's house. We practiced that song. And, you know, we all wrote our verses and we got it right. We went to the studio, recorded it, and then we ended up releasing it a few years later on the Game Begin CD. That was like 2004. Anyway, I was just always impressed with how prepared Rodney was. He was always prepared to perform. He knew everyone's part, especially if it was a collaboration. He's that all-pro type of guy. His level of preparation is something that I come to expect from myself. So when I see another person doing that type of work, it just inspires me to want to do just as good. So I feel we achieved excellence by combining forces. There wasn't any ego, negativity getting in the way, no obstacles like that. And he was always the consummate professional. He would practice at home. He'd rent out a rehearsal hall if he needed to. Just innovative, just finding different ways to get it done. And like I said, he was full-fledged. He was a DJ. He was an MC, master of ceremony, turntables and a microphone. He could get down. And Rodney was at the point where we made you want to elevate your game, because if you came anything less, you were going to be looking suspect, okay? So I would visit Rodney occasionally from time to time over the years, but we would really see each other more frequently at events, shows during the week and on the weekends. Over time, we would actually do shows together, Mental Chaos, Kinfolk Crew, or whatever, It was other events as well. South by Southwest, Jack the Rapper, How Can I Be Down? We go out of town, Dallas, Austin, Baltimore, Houston, Denton. Jeez, I can't even name all the trips, just on a whim sometimes. But it was always good. It was always fun. It was always about the music. And he was also keen on marketing and merchandise. I still have my Mental Chaos limited edition bandana, and there was more to it. We worked together. We purchased t-shirts in bulk, and we'd share and collaborate on business contacts for screen printing and stickers and merchandise, quotes for CDs and vinyl pressings, you name it. If I didn't know where to find it, if I didn't know how, I knew who to call, and that was Rodney. And if Rodney didn't know how to get to it or find out what you was looking for, you just didn't need to have that. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. The brother was always good looking out. And again, that's why, from Bilal and from Shamir, we always looked at Rodney as Kinfolk Crew. He was like the first cousin. And, for real. So we say Kinfolk Crew, we say brothers and sisters of the soul. That's what makes us kinfolk. That's why Rodney embodied that. Rodney was very much a part of that collaboration. So, as I mentioned earlier, though, Rodney reached out to me at a time when I was really low. And when Bilal died, I wanted to do that tribute, and I wanted to honor his memory. So when Rodney came and asked me to put down a track on the We Don't Die, We Multiply project, I found a way to get in that booth and do that song. So fast forward a few months, Rodney, like I said, gets me in the booth. We go to Alpha and Omega. He has the legendary Ty Macklin on the boards. And I'm up in there feeling kind of nervous, And then, he plays the track. I'm listening. It's nice. Enhanced, did the beat, I'm pretty sure. And then he plays his verse. And he's got Bilal on the track. He done sample Bilal. So I'm like, oh, you done took it to another level. So I had no choice. So I got in the booth. I did what I needed to do. He told me he was going to write another verse to balance it out, which he did. And there you have it. So Cruising Through, that's the name of the joint on the We Don't Die, We Multiply project, I was very proud to put that down for Mental Chaos. And in regards to putting things together for that project, I'm also not ashamed to say, up until that time, I had none of my music publishing and credentials in order. You know, none of my business paperwork in regards to music was right. So guess who comes in and hooks a brother up with guidance, detailed explanations on what forms to use. He goes over the instructions and how to fill them out. You know, that's not something that, you know, somebody just does on an average every day on a whim. You know, that's somebody who cares and looking out for their people. Again, Rodney was always looking out for his people. And I'm proud to have called him a friend. You know, that's honest from the heart right there. So again, when I received my first royalty check, you know, from the project, I framed it. I intended it to show him one day. I just regret that I didn't get the chance to do that. But it's just a reminder that Brother Rodney was always looking out. Eternally blessed to have called you a friend, good sir. And heartfelt condolences once again to the Williams family. Much respect to the living kinfolk and the ones that rest in soul. We'll see you on the flip side and continue rocking shows. Rodney, Brother Rodney, please be sure to check in on Cuddy when you get settled in on the paradise. Rest in peace, aka Crossfader, aka cousin of the Kinfolk crew. Bricklayer Foundation, Rubber Road, Mental Chaos. Enhance, one love, and much respect.